Let's see if this guy can snap the streak. Let's go to Indy. Adam in Indy. It's good to have you, Adam. How are you?
So good, Jim Rome. How are you today?
Great. Perfect.
Great. So glad to hear it. Here's my thing. You were just talking about how people call the smack off with an angle. They want to win. They want to make a name for themselves. Here's what I want. I want to make 9th and 10th place great again. Those guys are like last year, Jason in Fullerton was in the top 10. Like, is this 1999? I was so shocked to hear him in the top 10. Listening to Jason in Fullerton talk on the radio is like putting on a sock when the elastic is worn out. It's just so cringy. And Danny Amendolara, he's a fine radio host. This is not his event. He shouldn't have made the leaderboard. The smack off should be a cringe-free zone. And the people at Four Sharp Corners deserve better than that. If I get it.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Sorry, Arthur. And so is Danny Amendolara. You ask for a cringe-free zone, I give you a cringe-free zone. Now you're done.
Now
3 golden ticket attempts. 0 for 3. This is why it's for the best of the best. Let's go to Eric in Wisco. Good to have you, Eric. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Jim?
Great.
Thanks for the vine. Hope yours are doing great during this difficult time.
You too.
All right, so I'm going to get right to it. You mentioned earlier in the show how this race on Friday, and they're all jockeying for position. So here's a preview of the Smack Off Downs coming to you live on Friday, June 19th. Just to be sure that Dan in Denver understands what I'm doing here, Dan, I'm giving an example of the Smack Off being a horse race and the callers being the jockeys. And they're off. To the surprise of no one, Brad and Crone is off to a great start. This could be just like the last 2 races, but, oh, wait, what, Jim? Brad's making his horse slow down. It looks like he caught a reflection of himself and is now flexing to try to get his bulge to come out.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Baby carrots. Bulges. Dude. I mean, the idea was somewhat interesting. The execution was horrible. My man. All right, Eric. Eric, I just made a point of saying I've got all these topics that I wanted to get to, but damn, these phone calls are fire. I think I'll go right to them. And then I went right to you. That didn't make it better. Brad was riding a horse, caught a reflection of himself, and saw his bulge? You said that on my program. You did that on the Jim Rome radio show. And you thought that was something that I would like. You thought that was something that would make it better. You were wrong. All right, now this guy. This is such a terrible decision. This guy tried to call the program. Really quickly, some history. You have the BIC, arguably the best of the best, the GOAT. He's got a winger, Reggie in the OC. Reggie feels like, man, you know, I've been hanging around this guy. This guy likes me. I like that guy. We're boys. I've got his game. And if I don't have his game, enough of his game is rubbed off on me that I've got more game than any of these other morons. I think I'll call the show. So I'm building this guy up, hyping this guy up. He's hearing me hype him up. And then the proverbial, that sound you hear right before you go on the air. And then he was on the air, and it went terribly. Alvin, just as a reset, I want to buy this guy some time so he gets himself together. Just as a reset, Reggie in the OC did this when he called.
Attempt ever. First off, Kyle preps Cal's beer for him like you would do for your wife or your girlfriend. You know, it's actually very sweet of him. Rome, honestly, I'm
very smooth. Reggie, just like the PIC. You know what? Now, if I'm Reggie in the OC, I stay down. I just stay down. I'm not trying to get up. For who? For what? But old Reggie's back for more, apparently. Apparently, old Reggie's back for more. Wants to make us forget what he did the first time through. Why the hell not? We go to the OC. Hey, Reggie, what's up?
Rome, hey, Reggie in the OC here.
I just want to redeem myself. Yeah, I'm definitely Brad's best friend. And we like Terramina vodka. Tequila, I mean. Sorry, I'm not a hack or anything. I'm just...
That's not a good call. No. You don't like
All right, so what do we have now?
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
What do we have now? We've got a fake Silk. We have a fake Silk. And we have a fake Reggie. That was not Reggie. But then again, maybe it was. How would I know? He did sound exactly like him. He just cleared his throat multiple times and hyperventilated. How do I know that wasn't him? A fake Reggie. It's a fake radio show right about now. It's a fake segment. Hey, why would I try and improve upon this? Why would I try to get control of my show before the end of the show when I can keep rolling terrible phone calls? This is what happens when I take calls. Understand this. Just because I don't take a lot of calls does not mean that I don't get a lot of calls. Oh, I get a lot of calls. They're just mostly bad calls. And this is what happens when I open up the phone lines and I actually take them. Let's keep going. So we had 3 guys who wanted golden tickets. They all failed. 2 people who've already been run this segment. Let's go to the D. James in Detroit. Hey, James. How are you?
Hey, Jim. It's James in the D. Thanks again for taking my call. Let me get right back to it and get out the D.
My brother, I'm sorry I had to do that.
I don't like that call.
But I had to do that.
Not a very good
That is
call.
also one of the rules of the program. You don't need to reset who you are when I introduce you as such. So when I say to you, back to the phones, we go to James in the D. Hey, James, what's cracking? Hey, Rome, it's James in the D. If I let that go, then I have to say to you, right, this is Van Smack in the box. Right, I'm James in the D. And then we never actually get to what we're trying to get to. I'm trying to keep this thing moving. Look, anytime I take any of your phone calls, I'm going to say who you are and where you're from. You don't need to reset that to me. Hey, James in the D, what's going on? Hey, Rome, it's James in the D. Yeah, I know, I just said it 1 second ago, James. Sorry. And he may have actually had something good, but we'll never know, will we? Don't self-gloss and don't tell me your name and what city you're calling from. I already know. In fact, almost assuredly, definitely assuredly, I will mention your name and city. There are not a lot of rules to the program. Have a take, don't suck. Personal appearances not show fodder. Don't self-gloss. And don't repeat your name and your town. Damn, nobody's getting to the end of their call except Sonny in Toronto. How weird is that? Let's try Phoenix. All over the nation. Let's go to Justin. Justin in Phoenix. Justin, hello.
Romy, thanks for the vine. I appreciate it. These calls are pretty tight, must I say. Less of us and more of you is a true standard. My call today, I want to stump, since it's a voting year, for my man to get his golden ticket from Jimmy Wonka, Sexy Rexy in New Mexico. Brother, do not pinch off your calls right now. Call in. The clones, half of us can deal with good verbiage and Dennis Miller type talk and smack from some people, but most of us clones, we need the Pooples champ. He needs to be on Friday so he can spin or drop or coil us a wonderful tale and keep us clones happy.
That's not a good call. No. You don't like that call. I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Justin, my brother, if I'm not going to allow it from the real deal, I'm certainly not going to allow it from a watered-down fake version thereof. You know why Rex is not in the smack-off? Aside from the fact that his entire life and brand spins around excrement. He doesn't want to be in the smack-off. It's pretty clear. He gets a lot more run out of getting run. Let me repeat that. He gets a lot more run out of getting run when he talks about having the runs. He doesn't want to be on the big stage for whatever reason. Maybe he knows that he doesn't measure up. Maybe he knows how badly that would go if we let him in the big arena. Or maybe he just likes being the class clown more. But he doesn't want it. So don't stump for something and a guy that doesn't want what you want for him. He doesn't want it for himself. If the guy wanted to be in the smack-off, he'd be in the smack-off. He's just one of those guys. Like, I feel like I'm that coach. That coach that's going to go to the player. When the player comes up to me and says, "Hey, Coach Rome, I really want to play." And I look at him, I say, "Hey, Rex, as long as I'm the coach here, man, you will never, ever see that field of play. You will never, ever play a single down. Not for me, Rex." "Oh, okay. You're right. I don't want to play anyway. Screw you. I'm off to take a dump." I'm telling you, man, Rex could be way better than he is. I want more from Rex than Rex wants from himself. Rex is happy, man. Rex is really happy being sexy Rexy from New Mexico and getting run every time. So no, he's not going to be on the show on Friday. Let's get some quick reaction on the way out the door. Yeah, Mike D for 3 tweets. As usual, the fake callers are 1,000 times better than the real ones. Wells tweets, another fake caller to the list of being better than the original caller. Hitman Canadian, fake Reggie is better than the real Reggie. Saw that coming a mile away. Let's face it, the bar was not that high for the real Reggie.